Well, hello everyone. So, I know this video is going to be much later than other people's videos on G-Fest, but if you saw my other ones, you know that immediately after G-Fest, I traveled some more. I went all the way up to Alaska. So that's why this video is up so late. I actually got here 2 days ago. It's just, I didn't really have the time or energy to make a video. But there's going to be 3 parts of this video. There's going to be, of course, showing off all the figures I got, my thoughts, and one that I never see anyone do, showing off how much you can get for a certain amount of money. Because I know for me, it was really intimidating going to G-Fest. I'm like, I don't know how much money I should bring. I don't know if I should bring a lot, a little. No one ever showed off like, oh, these things all together, this was like 100 or 150. I never saw any of that, so I'm going to show that off to you. But yeah, before I start on all this, there are some more things I got, like shirts and stickers, but the shirts are in the wash right now, so I can't really show them off. But the stickers and posters and all that, I did already record. Take it away, past me. Thank you, future me. Showing off all the artwork we got. Starting right here, I got a little sticker. Got some other little stickers. A lot of stickers for free. A participation award in the art thing. A little coloring thing. 2 little cards on the Monsters video game coming out in Kaiju Days. Just a newspaper from the place. This really cool poster of Showa era Godzilla dancing, and we just stole this from the restaurant that was there as one of the menus. But yeah, that's more or less all the art. So yeah, back to the figure review. Thank you, past me. So now let's just get right into the part that I know all you guys want to see. All the stuff we got. So without further ado, let's get straight into all the figures. So we're just going to start off with Bandai. We're going to try. I got the Orga. This is, I think, from, where is it? Right there. You can't, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but 1999 Orga figure. Movement at the arms. Awesome. At the legs, of course. A little swivel at the tail. But this was an awesome figure. I think I got it for around 80 bucks. A little expensive, but, you know, it is a pretty old figure. And it's in pretty good condition for its age. So, I would say that was worth it. Next up, a lot of people were asking me where I got this guy from. Mechi Kong. I got this guy for, I think, around 50 bucks. But the reason he's so cheap is you kind of see, like, a lot of, like, you know, breaks. Not breaks, but, like, just a lot of stuff on it. But personally, I kind of like it when it looks like that because it kind of looks like it's has a little bit of battle damage. I want to say, as you'll see in this video, I did take off all the Bandai tags. A lot of people get upset about that. And I understand if it's a regular collector, you know, you're going to sit it there and never look at it again. I mean, you're going to look at it, but you're not going to play with it. It's just going to collect dust. Unlike regular collectors, I actually play with my stuff and use it for stop motion and, like, taking cool pictures and stuff. So, if I were to play with it, I don't want a tag. So, next up, another Bandai. Oh, I forgot to say, this Mechi Kong, 1991? Wow. Okay. Got this awesome Bandai Heisei era Godzilla. It doesn't say, this is one of the newer ones, I think, because it doesn't say the year. And it also looks pretty fresh. And it's a design I haven't seen, so it's most likely a newly released one. But awesome Heisei figure. I think I got him for around 30 bucks. Pretty cheap. Next up, I got, finally got a Hedorah. This one also pretty new because, I mean, there's like, it's like, yeah, I don't see a single, like, thing of damage. I think I got this for around 40 bucks. So, it was a pretty good deal. I think, actually, I would have wished it was a little bit cheaper, maybe like 30 or 35, because their only movement is the arm. I don't even think, yeah, there's no tail movement, no head. But there is an S.H. Monster Arts Hedorah coming out soon, so I'll probably buy him because Hedorah is just one of my favorite characters. He's an awesome character. Here's another weird Bandai. This is what I call the dad bod Godzilla. I need to clean him off because he kind of has some gunk up there. You can kind of see it. But it's a cool little figure, feet movement, tail movement, like any regular Bandai. But I do like the proportions. It kind of looks pretty funny. Kind of reminds me of like the Fall Guys Godzilla, that video game Fall Guys. But yeah, it's a cool little figure. Now there is some stuff on it. That's why I'm gonna clean it. Probably with just like a Q-tips and an alcohol wipe. Next up, I got the 1954 blue, like, repainted version of good old Goji. Doesn't say what year, so it's also probably a pretty new one, but I do really, really like the blue. The camera doesn't do it justice. It's a very bright, vibrant blue. Let me turn the brightness up. Yeah, it's better. It's more accurate. But it's an awesome little figure. No tail movement, but legs and arms are a go. So yeah, awesome figure. We got a Megalon, finally. Also, I think the 54 was around 20 bucks or 30. Hedorah was also around 30 or 40. Megalon, I think, was 30, around the nose. Awesome figure. I love it a lot because there's some nice articulation. Head swivel. There is, of course, the arms, the legs. I don't think there's any, no tail, but awesome figure. Really well painted. It's also a pretty new one because, once again, no year. And it's just, I like it a lot. It's definitely one of my favorite pickups from the entire G-Fest. When I would see people make G-Fest videos, they're like, that was the best weekend of my life. And I was always like, that's pathetic. A convention, the best weekend of your life? That's sad. It was the best weekend. It was my first weekend. But the community, I'll get more into it, like I said, in the second part of the video. I know you guys just want to see the figures right now, but I'll get more into it. But it was amazing. Next we have Baragon. I've been wanting this guy for a long time. This guy was 90, because he's super old, 2001. Arm movement, leg movement, tail movement, and then a teeny bit, so I don't move, head movement, but the coolest part is ear movement. His ears move, which I think is awesome. Baragon is definitely one of my favorite kaijus ever. You guys probably seen that little Traveling with Baragon. Now, that was going to be like a 5-part series, but if you saw in one of my Alaska videos, I got COVID. Someone had COVID at G-Fest, and you'll see a lot of people talk about it on the G-Fest unofficial Facebook page. But yeah, but it was worth it. I saw someone post that. It's like, worth it, sniff, sniff. But awesome figure. Now, I do believe that's most of the... Actually, no, there is some more Bandai. I'll get into the really awesome one at the very end. Got this guy for free. Made a guy laugh. So, it's a little Final Wars Bandai. It's just pretty much any regular Bandai, just scaled down. So, tail movement, arms, legs. Awesome little figure. Set him up there. What else? Is this from Bandai? I'm not sure, but we're gonna do him anyway. Got this cool little squishy. It's a burning Godzilla. It's a little squishy stress toy thing, whatever you want to call it. Oh, actually, yes, I do have more Bandai on this side. Most of the figures are over there, and I got some over there, which I keep forgetting. I got this little Chibi Godzilla. Chibi Godzilla is a little, pretty much kid-friendly version show in Japan. It's an odd concept, you know, a radioactive monster that killed thousands of people. Now a little friendly little, yeah. Okay, these aren't Bandai, but these are absolutely awesome. I absolutely love them. This guy custom painted these. I'm not sure where he got the sculpt from, though. A 62 Godzilla and King Kong, custom painted. I actually have kind of broken some of the paint off right there. But awesome little stationary statue figures. I love them. They're both 35 each. I was able to haggle them for 50 together. So, huge shout out to that guy. I don't remember his vendor name, but it was awesome. This, like I said, it's my first one, so I'm sorry if I forget any vendor names or important stuff. Oh, okay, this guy, I think... Actually, no, he wasn't my most expensive. I think, Aragon was at 90. I think this was 80. I got a 2004 Final Wars S.H. Monster Arts Godzilla. Now, it wouldn't be an S.H. Monster Arts Godzilla if something didn't pop off with super ease. As you can see right there, his arm pops off. But it's an amazing figure. I love it a lot. The articulation's really nice. In my setup area, when you saw me do the posters and stuff, if you pay close attention for a second, you can see how I set him up. I set him up fighting Heisei era S.H. Monster Arts figure, because they're what I consider the two strongest Godzillas by far. But yeah, it's an awesome figure, 80 bucks. It didn't come with any accessories, sadly. I was hoping maybe an atomic breath or like a closed mouth one, but awesome, awesome figure. It has a ball joint all the way up to this piece right here, which is insane that they're able to get a ball joint that small, as you can see. But it's an awesome figure. I love it. It's so cool. Okay. We'll get into the really, really cool guy last. Now just like the smaller ones. I got this cool little guy. I didn't even know this guy existed until I saw MIB's video. But he's a little dancing Godzilla. Let's move him. Let's move the camera a little bit so you can see. If we click this button, doesn't have any music, but he does. Little dance. Now I think he has like 5 programmed into it, so it's like 5 little default ones, and if you click it, you get one of them. But there's actually articulation on this, believe it or not. Arm movement. You can move the head. Now the head comes off to reveal the little actor inside. There's a little piece which I have in the accessory bag, which would take me 10,000 years to find. You have to take my word. A little piece that instead of this going on his head is the little bandana. That the original actor wore. I'm sorry, I'm horrible with names. The tail pops off to make it a little bit smaller, like take up less space. But it's an awesome little figure. It's like a bottle cap almost. But yeah, awesome, awesome, adorable little figure. Probably one of my favorite pickups. This guy is just a funny pickup I got. King of the Lizards. It's clearly a knockoff. What I don't get is the baseball bat. Not only because, you know, he doesn't use a baseball bat, but it's also the same color, which is like implying that like it's made out of his skin, which is really, really odd. But it's a little finger puppet, you know, it's cool. I like it. It was like $7. Here's just our tags. Me and my dad's tags. I'm definitely gonna wear these next year as well. Very vibrant yellow. I saw one guy there at G-Fest. I didn't get a picture of him. But he had like 10 different one of these. Probably more, like, no, probably, yeah, definitely more. Maybe like 15 or maybe even 20 of all the tags that he's been, like all the G-Fests he's been to, which was ridiculous. These 2 little guys both came in little, like, surprise packs. And then you would, like, assemble it yourself. Got a little Anguirus, tiny little Anguirus. And an awesome Destroyer. I don't like that his head falls off insanely easily. You really have to, like, shove it with, like, all your strength back on to keep it on there. So I'll probably use super glue when I eventually find it. But yeah. Next up, another figure is this little GMK. So there are actually 2 of them in the bag, but through traveling, I lost both of their left arms. Sadly, I can't find them anywhere in my suitcases. So, yeah, he's just gonna kind of chill. But cool little figure. There's a second one too. But yeah, it was an awesome. It's still a cool little figure. I like it a lot. Next up, this little tiny little 64 Godzilla. Let's kind of zoom in on his face. Yeah, his eyes. He looks horrified. Pretty funny. But yeah, it was like $5. So next up, if you saw that big box, that had 4 figures in it. I actually had that in my Amazon shopping cart before I went to G-Fest. But then I saw it there and was able to haggle it for cheaper than would have been on Amazon. But it was a 4-pack of 4 different figures. So I finally now have an Anguirus, a Mothra larva form, original Rodan, I think, and Godzilla. So these came with a lot of accessories. Godzilla had a different head and 2 extra arms. Anguirus had an extra head. So Rodan had an extra head, and he also has like a little flying form. Godzilla has an atomic breath, and she has a silk thing. But eventually, for the next few months, you have that right, months, I'll have videos ready to be made. Which could be absolutely awesome to have that many videos just ready to be made. But I'll show off the atomic breath and all that in future videos. But let's get into the articulation. Arms on Godzilla. Head. Legs. No tail. Rodan. Legs. Head. Arms. What I do like is the wrinkles. It almost looks more like the suit than it does with the character, because, you know, the character would have just been, like, smooth, but I like the wrinkles. It makes it look like the actual actor's thing. Anguirus, his back legs move, so do his front legs, and I believe, no, not his tail. And his head moves, and Mothra is just Mothra, but she does, I don't know if the camera can pick that up, a little rattle noise like she makes in the movie sometimes. But yeah, awesome, awesome. little figure. We're gonna send him back over here because eventually run out of room over here. I'll show what we're looking at. So, next up, I got this. So, if you guys saw, I did sell some of my own art there, and, with the new school I'm going to, it's required that I need a MacBook, so I can definitely do some more art with a MacBook, so, like, some digital art. But with the art I did have, I was able to sell it and get this cool little guy. This is Armored Mothra from the Mothra trilogy. Absolutely awesome. The paint job's really, it's like, this really lackluster, so I might custom paint it eventually. This paint on it is sticky. It's a weird feeling for sure. So I'll probably try and get all that paint off and eventually custom paint it. Another squishy Mechagodzilla. Now comment down below which one you think would be more painful. A burning Godzilla that you squish that's hot enough to destroy the world, or a giant robot with jagged dorsal plates to squish. Either way, your hand is permanently screwed. But it's an awesome little squish figure. His neck has ripped a little, so I could probably just glue that shut with like some foam glue. But yeah, there were some awesome, speaking of foam glue, there were some awesome outfits, which you guys probably seen. It's not my most viewed video, so thank you guys. Here's some little free things. We got little freebies. We got some little pins. There's a fifth one. I have no idea where that one went. There's some little pins here and there. Looks like we got maybe Veron, Mechagodzilla's tail, I think another Veron, and maybe Titanosaurus. I'm not sure. Next up, this little guy. I think this might be my favorite. Because I love the little, like, random toy things. And look what this guy does. When you wound him up, just flaps his arms. It's so simple, but I love it so much. And there's so much movement in it. The legs move. Of course, the arms move. I don't think the head does. The tail looks like it should, but I'm not sure. Now, before we get the final guy, let me just show off what else we got from checking in. When you checked in, you get, like, this little magazine. Me and my dad both got one. Awesome stuff. And then, this was actually in Alaska, but I'm going to consider it the G-Fest trip. Best of Godzilla, an amazing comic. It has, I think, like, 4 different comics in it. Godzilla in Hell, Godzilla, like, something, let's see, it says it right back here. Godzilla in Hell, Godzilla Legends number 5, Godzilla Ruler of Earth number 2, and Godzilla Rage Across Time number 5. Can't really pick it up, but absolutely awesome book. I would really recommend it to anyone who likes Godzilla and likes comics. Now, the piece of resistance, the thing I've been literally wanting for years. Oh, here's the 5th one, by the way. Here's the 5th pin, Zilla. I've literally wanted this guy for years, and I saw him down in the signing room. Without further ado, the Memorial Box 1962 Godzilla and his card. I got him for $100. Now, to anyone who isn't into Godzilla stuff, that's like, for plastic, you're insane. But if you go on eBay and look up Memorial Box 1962, not only are there not many at all, but the only ones that I have seen go for like $200, $300. And this was for $100. Once a Memorial Box is made, I do believe that figure won't be made again. So, I did see my second most wanted figure, which was the hidden disguised Mechagodzilla. So now it's number 1, now that I have this guy. So maybe next year I can try and pick up disguised Mecha G. But it's crazy that I got this for, it's so cheap. Me and my dad were like at the, I saw him the day before, but they had closed. And I saw him, and so we asked, like, when you guys open? And like, oh, at 8 or 9 o'clock, I think. And so me and my dad woke up from the hotel, and we went and got him. So, before we get into the second part of how I felt about G-Fest and all the cool stuff, I have a lot of videos from G-Fest. So, take it away, way past me. So, I'm not doing it because I didn't want to run. I just wanted to walk today. As you can see out there, some G-fans lined up. They're doing like some like little run thing, I guess. I'm not exactly sure. Oh. Then there's Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not gonna go in there because it probably smells bad. Oh, shots fired! I'm playing, but I just don't want to go down there because not only is that a while, but I don't think, I don't even know how to get down there. So, that's fun. So now to walk all the way back, you can kind of see the area where my rooms are over there. So the plan is I'll show off the vendor room for sure. And then we're going to try and find the video game area. I'm pretty sure there's some like Godzilla games. And yeah, and I guess it's just like, I don't know, telling them safety stuff. I don't know, they're still there. So the run started at 9. Maybe they're just going over safety and rules. So coming up in here, just got back from over there. Coming down here, here's the hotel. There's some fancy food here. Here it all is. The camera does not do it justice. It is huge here. And voila, here we all are. I still have $50 left to spend, and so we'll spend that well. And my dad's here with the food. Say hi.
Yes, hey.
But here everything is. Oh my gosh. Also, yesterday, MIB, Monster Island Buddies, was here. And I gotta get a picture of him. I'll put him on screen right now. But he gave me one of like those little buy cards that he got. I got King Kong. I got big old monkey card. So that's awesome. I'm gonna eat my breakfast because I'm very hungry and it's like 10 right now. So yeah. I have a death grip on my phone right now. But here is from the top floor all the way down. So it's pretty crazy. I mean, the phone doesn't do it justice. This is insanely high up. This is crazy. And there's Dad looking over even though he's scared of heights. So. 4, 6. Oh, this is awesome.
Whoa, that was the last 5 minutes. Wait, you see how Godzilla that fuck? That's a villain right there. And that is throwing him. He's throwing his own son.
I get that.
Wait, oh, don't you remember that movie?
Speaking of photos, I'll put a lot of them up on screen right now, but I got to meet so many cool people, actors, MIB, cosplayers. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Oh, me bringing up MIB was supposed to segue, but I can't find my wallet. Oh, wait, hold up. Oh, hold up. Wait, right as I said it. Oh, here it is. Okay, never mind. Wow, perfect timing. Okay. I promise that wasn't planned. That was actually really cool. MIB, when I got to meet him, that guy is amazing. MIB, if you're seeing this, bro, it was an honor to meet you, man. You got me, and I know so many other people through, like, hard times with your goofy little videos. So I thank you. When I got to meet him, he actually gave me one of his little Toho, playing cards. When he pulled them out, he's like, which one do you want? There was like a tank, a cannon, and I saw this, I'm like, monkey! But he gave me this. This, even though it was literally for free, and it's just a little piece of, paper, this is by far the most special, thing I got from G-Fest for me, since I got it from MIB. I've literally been watching that guy for years. I grew up watching his videos. So MIB, if you're watching this, thank you. Thank you for all the stuff you do. It's absolutely amazing. I'll link his channel down below. I mean, most people who watch this probably have already seen or know who MIB is. But I'm literally going to keep this in my wallet, like, forever. So yeah, thank you. Here are also just some little cards I found in my wallet just now. Some little other toy brands. Go check them out. But yeah. MIB, once again, thank you a lot. I'm going to keep this with me, like, for the rest of my days. I'll be buried with that card. But yeah, like I said, it could have been better managed. I do know that they took away, even though I haven't been there before, they took away, I think, like, an art hall gallery or thing, where, like, you could talk to artists, and, like, even though it was a bigger place than the Crown Plaza. That was the old one. Even though it was a bigger location, just there were kind of less things to do, so it just kind of felt like it not as big. Even though it was a bigger location, it just felt smaller. But that's still the cons are minuscule in comparison to the pros. It was awesome meeting all the people I got to meet. I had made friends with 2 Ryans. Hi guys, if you're watching this. It was pretty funny. I met this one kid on a bus, which I wasn't supposed to be on. I was supposed to be on one way earlier, so I wasn't supposed to meet him. But my flight got delayed. And so it's awesome that I got to meet him. His name's Ryan, along with, me being named Ryan. And so me and him started hanging out. And then at one point we got all of our toys and all of our figures and little toys and little thingies. I don't know, I'm going British. And we just sat at a table and started opening them. And this other guy comes up, and he's like, oh, that's sick, what are those? And I'm like, oh yeah, come sit down. And we started all showing our stuff off, and he asked his name. His name was Ryan. And so there was Ryan, who's 13, Ryan, who's 15, me, and then there was Ryan, who was 19. And it was just the trifecta. It was perfect. So other Ryans, if you're seeing this, hello, thank you for making my first G-Fest, awesome. But yeah, so now let's segue into how much things cost, because if you saw the beginning of the video, most people are intimidated and they don't know how much money they should bring. So I'm going to show you what you can get for different price points. Now, $100 can vary. It can be a lot of small things, some medium and small things, or one big thing. By big thing, I don't mean. I mean it could be biggest in size, but also biggest in rare. So for $100, a super rare thing like this, and it's also the price also depends on how you negotiate your price. But for $100, this is what I got at one point, super rare. But I'm going to show you what you can get for $100 regularly. So here's just a rough thing. It might be a little bit more, might be a little bit less than 100. Let me put them all out. So Mecha Kong was 60, no, not 60, 50 or 40. He was 30, 10. The little ball I got this one was 20, but you could probably negotiate it down. 7, 10. So it's a little bit more than 100, but I mean, this is just a rough thing. So that's 6 things, 6 different things. 2 big figures, a little figure, a little anonymous little funny thing, little gag figure, squishy, and a little flying figure. So you can get a lot for 100, and then so on and so forth. That's all the stuff I got. I'm not gonna say the exact price, but my parents. Thank you guys. I know you guys are watching this and you'll be watching it in the den. I'm gonna come downstairs and cringe real hard when you guys watch this. But Mom, Dad, love you guys, of course. But this is kind of a sweet 16 for me since I'm turning 16 in September. So I had a pretty good budget my parents gave me. I'm not gonna say the exact budget, but it was quite a bit, and so that's why I was able to get so many things that I got. And then again, I mean, if you just bring $20, I mean, 10, you can get some little comics for cheap. 7, I mean, you can still get cool little, almost gag type things for really cheap. $7, $10. And I mean, you can, you really don't have to bring an absurd amount of money. Now, I'm saying this because I don't see anyone else no, I don't see any other Godzilla creators saying this. They never mention how much you should bring. They just say, oh, bring a good amount of money, which makes most people, it kind of intimidates them. They're like, oh, shoot, I have to bring, $400, $500. No, I saw some kid with 30, and I saw him walk away with, a bag, with, 5 to 6 different figures. Now, granted, I don't have as many cheap ones because I wanted big figures, but also I wasn't there for the first half of the first day, so all the cool little tiny figures, I wasn't able to get my hands on. But you can get a lot for a little amount of money. So don't be intimidated and think oh, I shouldn't go because I don't have this much money. I'm already going to spend a lot on flights. One thing I would recommend, if it is drivable distance, drive. Because when you fly, I had to, for the SH Martial Arts, I had to get rid of the plastic stuff in there and throw all these in there because it costs a lot to get a whole extra suitcase. So, luckily I was able to cram all these guys into my carry-on, which was incredible. But like I said, I had to get rid of the plastic out of the SH Martial Arts box, and it was really cramped, and in doing that, I lost the 2 left arms of those Godzillas. But there is a lot you can still do, but for price, flying and having to pay for an extra bag, try and drive. Next year, me and my dad are going to try to. It's going to be a 2-day trip, but we're going to take breaks in between each day and check out the scenery. but definitely try and drive if possible. If it's within like 10 hours, I know it's a lot, but if it's somewhere like a 10-hour driving distance, I would say drive, because there are a lot of big things there. Like, I desperately wanted to get an X Plus. I could have gotten an X Plus figure, but it's just, I don't have the room for it. I didn't have the space, because if let's say I could have afforded it. Let's say you have $600 and you're flying alone. You spend $500 on the X Plus, and then you spend like 50 more on just regular figures. Then when you get on the plane and you have to get another suitcase or put that X Plus separately, that's like another $50 to $80. It's so expensive, and especially for me, because I went from Chicago to Alaska, and Alaska to back to here to Virginia. But like, definitely try and drive. I'm driving the point across, but seriously, if you can, drive so you can get big things and just shove them in your trunk. Like, you have so much more space, and it's also just, probably fun to just drive around and check out the scenery. But yeah, so thank you everyone for watching the video. If you made it this far to the end, listening to me rant, it means a lot. And thank you to all the staff and people who were able to set up G-Fest. It was amazing for me, and I know every other person there. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It was an amazing experience. I'm definitely going to go again next year, the year after that, year after that, year after that, year after that, as long as it goes until eventually G-Fest stops being made. But sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And I hope you all enjoyed the video. And like I said, I will be making so many videos for the next few months on figures. All the old Bandai figures I have now, the sets, the squishies, the like painting stuff, I'll definitely do research on the King of the Lizards finger puppet. So yeah, just be expecting a lot of videos. And thank you everyone for watching. Have a great day. Godzilla Guy signing off. Adios.